morning, beautiful people, and happy, wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you woke up well rested and ready to catch all the glitter that's going to come your way today. Really quick, let me ask you something. When you go and buy, let's say, apple seeds for an apple tree, do you say, I'm getting ready to grow apple seeds? You say, no, I'm getting ready to have an apple tree, or this is for my apple tree, or this will become my apple tree. I want to bring your attention to this because many times when we get something, we want it to be our way. And I'll expand on that in just a minute, but I want to bring you back. So when you get apple seeds, you're expecting an apple tree. Now, you don't expect a certain amount of apples. You don't sit there and go, okay, well, I want to get the apple seeds that are going to produce me 42 healthy apples, well-rounded, with a tint of yellow, a part of red. I want the leaves to be this in diameter, and I want the trunk to have this kind of texture. You don't do that. You say, I want an apple tree. I'm going to grow this seed. I'm going to plant this seed. I'm going to harvest it. I'm going to till it. I'm going to make sure that no bugs get in it. I'm going to make sure that I let it do its thing. Because even if you sat there and demanded 42 apples and a certain diameter of leaf and a certain texture of a trunk, you're going to get what that apple tree is going to yield you. And the thing is, you don't even think about that. In your mind, when you go get that apple tree or the apple seeds, when you first get it, it doesn't have apples on it. It doesn't have, but you are calling it my apple tree. You are expecting it to be your apple tree. And the funny thing is, if we use that type of energy, that type of understanding with things, be it dreams, people, situations, if we looked forward that same way and said, you know, I have this seed and I'm believing that it's going to do what it does. I'm going to allow it the seasons where it bears fruit, the seasons where it doesn't bear fruit. I'm going to allow it to grow the way that it wants to. I'm going to allow it to be what it is, and I'm going to love it for what it is. If you would be silly to go and buy apple seed or a baby apple tree and go, you know what? You tell your neighbor, you go, you know what? I'm going to get oranges out of that tree. Your neighbor's going to look at you like, you have for sure lost it. Like, how are you going to get oranges out of that apple tree? But we tend to do that with our dreams and with people and with the seasons of our life. We sit there and we'll say, okay, you know, I can deal with that because I'm going to make it this. So you take on something for what it is, trying to change it into something else that you want. Why do you do that? You wouldn't do it with an apple tree. You wouldn't have an apple tree and go, where are my oranges? I wanted oranges. I know the packaging said apple tree. It said it when I got it. It said it at the register. It said it when I planted it. It said it when the fruit started to show that it's an apple tree. But I want oranges. But yet, you do that with your life. With your dreams, for instance. You go, okay, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to do this. And then all of a sudden, you don't want to wait. You want to say, where are my apples? How come things aren't? The tree hadn't even sprouted a leaf yet. But you're sitting there. You're so intense on watching it for the results. You can't even harvest it right. Your dreams, I'm talking about. The same. We're sitting here comparing the apples to your dreams right now. Some of you are sitting there saying, I want this. I want the result. I want the apple. But, you know, I don't even know that I like what I'm doing, but I want to get the results of it. Here's the thing. Some of you will step into something because of what you think you're going to get from it. The problem with that is your harvest isn't going to be wholehearted. You're not going to cultivate it right. You're going to cultivate it because you feel you have to. You're going to try something or another angle or try to, you're not going to give it your all because you're looking for oranges instead of these apples. But you're still going ahead and you're going with it because you want the results from it regardless of what it truly is. So if you're going to reach into your dream, if you're going to reach into something, this is why a lot of people get upset and they call it failure, which it's not, it's learning. But this is why people get upset is because they go, well, I was going to do that. Kind of like with losing weight, right? I was going to do better, but I messed up one day. So you messed up. Get back on the horse. So what? But here's the thing. If you're expecting and comparing your apple tree to everybody else's, even though you're truly wanting oranges, you're already messing up. Same thing with people. When you get with people and you know straight up that's not an apple tree type of person, and you're expecting them to be oranges or bananas or pineapples, you get upset at that person. Be upset with yourself. Because a lot of times things and people will show themselves true to you, but you're ignoring it because you still have belief in the way you want to see it. So a lot of times people don't really want truth. They want the answer that they're looking for. And then they're mad at the end because, of course, it doesn't come out that way. So when you're investing in your dream, make it one that you are okay with the downtime. You're okay with the time where you're going to sit there and you're going to water it and talk life into it. And there might not be 1 inch of growth, but you're okay with that because you don't see the seed. You see the apple tree. You see what comes out. You see what's going to happen. You see the bloom and you believe in it. Because if you don't believe in it, why are you growing the apple tree in the first place? Like, why? Don't expect oranges from apples. And make sure that when you're growing the tree, that you're okay with whatever tree it is, the relationship tree, the goal-finding tree, the parenting tree, the whatever tree it is that you want to call that apple tree. You got to be okay with the seasons where there's only growth that you can't see. You have to believe and you have to nurture it with the belief knowing you will see those perfectly rounded apples. You will see those nice fresh green leaves. You will see that strong trunk. You will see all the results that you are believing for. But you first have to know, do you want to plant that apple tree for the apple tree? Or are you planting it for different intentions? Because if you don't believe in what you're doing, if you don't believe in who you're with, if you don't believe in a goal or maybe getting into certain avenues of life or whatever, if you don't believe in why you're stepping forward into these things, and if you're wanting to get into them to turn them into something else, be careful with that because you're expecting oranges out of apples. So, with all seasons in your life, make sure that you are aware that there's going to be some that are meant for learning, some that are meant for teaching, some that are meant for holding, some that are meant for loving, some that are meant for producing. And that's why you make your investments in business, in people, in entrepreneurship type of ventures. Whatever it is that you step into, make sure it's something that your heart can take. And I say that because you're going to have to nurture it and believe in it even when you're not seeing the growth. And there's going to be dry moments. And you have to be okay with that. So be easy throwing yourself into an adventure or to a person or to a job or to a thing if you can't stand the moments where the growth is something that's not tangible. It's not something that you can see. You have to believe that it's still growing. And unless you can believe with it, in it, and for it wholeheartedly, then you probably shouldn't be in it. Because there's going to be moments where you question why you're doing what you're doing, even with those things you do believe in. So you have to know that you're going to get apples from apples. Stop expecting oranges from growing apple trees. You guys are blessed. We're blessed. We're more than capable. We're more than conquerors. And you have to believe that first. You have to believe that you're worth all that and more. Because if you don't believe you're worth it, nothing's going to make you feel that way no matter what you got. So you have to know that you're worth it. God bless you. Make sure you tell yourself at least 2 times a day, I can, I will, and I am so worth it. God bless you.